Hello, it's Dr. Ray, and thank you for visiting my website. I'm a transformational coach and a workshop facilitator. I spent the last 23 years working as a transformational coach, helping people break through their sabotaging patterns, beliefs, and things that don't serve them anymore. I grew up with a father who was in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War, and he came home with PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. A loving father, but there's a lot of yelling. I was born with asthma and allergies, so at a very early age, I was separated from other kids. So I already started feeling insecure, different, and I wanted to be liked. When I was about to start walking, my feet were crooked, like Forrest Gump, literally, like I had the same braces. And so I had these braces pulling my feet out, and I had to wear those all the way up until I was 5 years old. And I was made fun of. I was called gimp, crippled. When I was in 4th grade, I met a teacher named Mr. Bradley. He treated me like a human being, like a person, pretty much probably like an adult. I started building confidence, I started being funny, and I went, oh, that's how I get attention. I started being a class clown. And so I was wild, and people liked me from being funny, for being crazy, more kind of being on the wild side, being different, and yet in all of that, I still felt empty. I didn't know who I was. I fell into depression, didn't like myself. I remember it being during Christmas time, and I decided I'm gonna change my entire self, my look and everything else. I showed up to school one day with leather pants, eyeliner, my hair spiked up, and people were like, what the heck, what the hell? People started looking at me differently. People thought it was cool. And I was a musician also. And I started a punk band. My whole sense of self was by how people would look at me, how people would like me. I still felt this burning in my heart, still felt like there's something missing. It was also why I would escape by using drugs and alcohol. I worked corporate America. I found myself being different, thinking differently. I wanted so much more. I knew in my heart that life is not about what I've been taught, about you get married, you have the kids, and then you're happy. And nothing I was doing on this planet seemed to really resonate with me. And men were supposed to be a particular way. So I did well in the point system, meaning that I did all supposedly the right things, yet felt this emptiness. I couldn't look at my own shadows. So what I would do is reinvent myself. And so I continued that journey. And then I ended up leaving corporate America. And my next job was becoming a stripper. So once again, now I'm this identity, a dancer, and now I want to be a rock star, full on and everything. And I ended up buying a recording studio and everything else. But this is where it became real for me. This is where me becoming a new person, reinventing myself, breaking up with someone wasn't working anymore. That opened up the door while I was on tour as a dancer by this woman named Marcy. She bought me the book, You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hayes. It was as if I was opening a book to ancient wisdom that I already knew. I read the book in 2 days. It all made sense. That's when I started working with practitioners in the healing arts. And that's when I started getting into this work to kind of understand that I like this. This is me. This is my purpose. This excites me. So I went back to school, late 20s, and then I finished my doctorate like mid-30s. I was Dr. Ray for a while, and supposing social media, I'm doing well and so forth, still wasn't enough. Still wasn't enough. Still wasn't feeling that. And it was really by doing shadow work, which is what I do with my clients here. It was by going back and understanding my relationship blueprint, meaning like how I connect to career, my life philosophies, spirituality, separate myself from what works and doesn't work by what my parents taught me, my culture. I started redefining my life. I started feeling really good and amazing. I started seeing a different tribe show up with friends. I started attracting people who are like me. I started experiencing expansion in my business where it started literally, like you could see, like I was making more money every year. As I started becoming clearer and cleaner with myself, my body just started shedding all this inflammation. I started getting back like my energy, feeling youthful. And so with all this, you don't have to go through the 25 years to get where I'm at. If this resonates with you, because I can tell you something, that it's amazing. I have a son, Maximus, and I was text messaged at a son who was 6 months old. Talk about, oh my God. Here I was, a bachelor, living in a prime spot of Santa Monica, making good money, being able to do what I want, feeling, looking good, and whatever, being respected in the community, and all suddenly I had a baby. Who I was, who I thought, and all my programs, such as when I wake up, when I sleep, all that changed. Now just imagine a child thrown in there. It was like my ultimate teacher, to where I had to be with my thoughts, be with my feelings, and also my son, his energy would shift when I was a little bit off. And I realized, oh my God, like I teach this stuff, people believe this stuff, but vibrationally, emotionally, I'm still not there. And so it was as if I had to hibernate, to be with those emotions, to be with those shadows, to be with those insecurities and so forth, and to be okay with myself, to feel myself, and to move out of that to a neutral place, and to be able to create the life I want. And it's up to me to co-create my life in a more expansive way to where I'm at now. You realize you, and probably most people, they're stuck in the past. They're thinking I'm where I am because of cards I was given, to where they think nothing's working, because typically what most people are doing is they're connecting to an old relationship, blueprint of themselves. They're trying to reinvent something based on that same intellect and unconscious program that created problems in the first place. You have to lose yourself. You have to go to a place of thinking about yourself as like nothing. You have to approach life from a place where you're open and curious to what could happen. What can I create? I can feel good. I can create from this perspective. And from where I was at, everything started to change. So this is what I got for you today. I'm gonna save you 23 years. I basically have consolidated my life's experience and what I've learned into this really simple formula that I know that will work for you. And if you're truly ready for transformation, to break through those self-defeating patterns and thoughts, let's have a conversation. So please book your strategy call. It's a 45-minute conversation with me to understand more about you, where you are, what your expectations are, but make sure you fill out your application so I know who you are before you get on the call. I look forward to it.